It's got to be introduced, that's all. You're paying too much attention to everything around you, not enough attention to this one. But the quality of your life is essentially determined by how you carry this one. Yes or no? This moment, what kind of clothes you're wearing, what kind of car you parked outside, what kind of home you live in does not determine the quality of your life. This moment, how joyful are you feeling within yourself determines the quality of your life, isn't it? Nothing has been done about it. You think it'll happen in consequence, and you're setting impossible goals for your happiness. If I have to be happy, my wife should be like this, my husband should be like that, my children should be like this, the world should become some other way. Well, these are impossible conditions you're setting for your happiness and peacefulness. Now that you have compromised yourself to peace, why I'm saying compromise yourself to peace is because a lot of people have given up aspirations for being ecstatic or blissful. If I'm just peaceful, it's enough. Even the so-called spiritual leaders are going about and saying peace is the highest goal in your life. Peace is not the highest goal in your life. If you want to enjoy your lunch today, you must be peaceful. Yes or no? If you're not even peaceful, there is nothing in your life that you can do in a worthwhile way. To be peaceful essentially means this, that you're not messing your mind. To be peaceful means that your system is at ease. You know how to conduct your mind, you know how to conduct your emotions, your body and your energies. You are peaceful. It is not a rocket technology, it is the most basic thing. You have a dog at home, you give him his food, he sits peaceful. Maybe not ecstatic, but peacefully. Many times they're ecstatic also. Yes? If your dog is able to sit peacefully, oh, he doesn't have to run my industry. That's not the point, he's got his own stuff going. See, it has nothing to do with the external activity that you're doing. It's got something to do with the internal systems as to how they're functioning. Essentially, it means neither your body, nor your mind, nor your chemistry, nor your emotions, nor your energy are taking instructions from you. They're doing their own thing. Once your machine is not in your control, being peaceful is impossible. I'll tell you, you get into your car and now you go there and you want to turn this way, you do this to the steering, it goes this way. Can you peacefully drive this car? Can you? No. Anxiety is natural, isn't it? This is what has happened to your vehicle. It's out of control. You've never done anything to find out where the steering wheel is, first of all. This is not that simple as a car, this is a super computer. Now the problem is most people have not even bothered to find the keyboard. They think if they do this, somehow it'll work. When you're given such a highly sophisticated machine, if you do not conduct it properly, it will cause many problems to you. By accident it's working. I want you to know this is made this way. If you hold your hands like this, it'll breathe one way. If you just turn it around, the very way you breathe, the breathing pattern itself changes in your lungs. You can try it if you want when you have the time. This way, this way. I'm saying everything that you do, fundamental changes are happening in this machine because it's such a sophisticated machine. It's more than a touch screen, if you just wish it, it will happen. When you have such a sensitive and sophisticated machine and you are operating like a blacksmith, then being peaceful seems to be difficult. Peace is not the highest goal in your life, it is the most fundamental requirement. Don't ever set peace as the highest goal. If you do that, you will only rest in peace. You must see, to be peaceful is the first thing in your life, isn't it? If you want to do anything sensibly in your life, if you want to conduct any situation in your life sensibly, to be peaceful and happy is fundamental. Such a fundamental thing is rising to heavens these days. People think they're going to be peaceful somewhere else, not here. because you have never paid attention to this machine, never paid attention to the internal mechanism of how a human being functions, what is the basis of everything that's happening within you. It takes a little bit of attention. That's why our basic program is called as inner engineering. We have engineered the whole world the way we want it. Much comfort and convenience has come, but well-being has not come, isn't it? Because well-being will not come. Well-being will come only when this is engineered the way you want it. Only then you will know well-being.
Bhrigu was one of the Saptarishis. He looked into the future and said, this is how human beings will be. Till the end of the world, he predicted. Is he talking about you? No. He is talking about humanity as to how it will evolve, what it will do. And if the many combinations and permutations, if they are this kind, what will come towards them? If they are that kind, what will come towards them? Like this, he wrote a map. I want you to see this as a sketch. Suppose you make a sketch of the movement of the wind. Here low pressure is happening means we know wind is going to go there. High pressure is happening means we know wind is going to go away from that. So he made a map of humanity. Human consciousness, if it's like this, he will move here, he will move into this kind of womb, he will attract these kind of things, this will happen, that will happen, like this elaborately he went into the whole thing. So Bhrigu Samhita this was called, this is a map of human consciousness till the end of this solar system. How human beings will evolve, what types of human beings will come, what are all the things which will factor. How to read this? He trained people. If an elaborate map is made of something, suppose you take have you seen a topographical map? Not the regular map. Have you seen the Geological Survey of India or the United States, they have this thing. Have you seen these maps? It will take a certain amount of training to read the map, it's all written there. Or have you seen the aeronautical maps? They're really complex, okay? If you want to fly from one part of the world to another, there is an aeronautical map. Unless you're well-trained, I've gone through these exams and I've passed the exams, but I don't think I can navigate from here to, let's say, South America successfully, because the planet is round, it's spinning, time zones are changing, all this is factored into the map. Somebody who knows how to read it, in 2 minutes he knows exactly what it is, coordinates, he will write and he knows where to go. Otherwise, if you don't know how to read it, you spend days with it, months with it, you do not know. So when he wrote this elaborate map of human consciousness, he trained people with a certain dimension of intuitiveness to read this, because this was not all logical stuff. So these people maintained this tradition and came, and it doesn't matter how skeptical you are, what you are, they will say things in your face which will make you feel like an idiot, okay? And it's true, unfortunately. You go sit there in front of Nadi Vaidya, first thing he'll shock you with is, as he said, he will tell you mother's name and father's name. You finished, you're already floored. Because you've gone from somewhere. It doesn't matter. If you are from some other country, he will tell the first letter, he may not know that you're a Susanna or you're a Tanya, he may not know. He will say, your name starts with T. Just like that. Because he's not looking at your background or your future, nothing. He's just reading a map. By reading the map, he's saying, okay, this is the temperature, this is the elevation, this is that. But it's an intuitive map. Unless he's in a certain state, he cannot do that. So always it should happen around the temple. Vaidishwaran temple is made for this purpose, and it generally happens around that. Now for commercial interest, they've moved everywhere. It may not be as effective, but there are some who are bang on. But if you're on the spiritual path, he will refuse to predict your future, if he's a genuine one.
always. So if you go and if it tells you future, that means you're still not on. So, is destiny fixed? Destiny is not something that's fixed by somebody. It is your own karma. So your software is in a certain way, so naturally it'll function that way. Suppose you have a certain type of software on your computer, whatever you do, it'll do the same thing, isn't it? But can I smash the computer and stop it? I can. But still if you turn it on, the same hard drive, same thing will come on in a new computer. So if you want, I'll tell you, if I tell you you live for 80 and you jump off the mountain today, new computer will buy for you sometime later, but same hardware, same software rather, same thing will happen, nothing new. So they're looking at that aspect of life and trying to interpret it in physical terms, which is an interpretation, where there could be mistakes, always. That interpretation may not always be right. But the reading, the fundamental reading, what is the altitude, what is this, what is that, is correct. How to interpret it is the expertise of an individual person. Not everybody can interpret the same way. So this whole science developed Rigu Samhita, but if you're on the spiritual path, they'll refuse to say because no reading for you. You don't belong in that range. Is somebody spreading this in the ashram? Sadhguru will take care of you, don't worry, don't worry. You just sleep. If you make God work overtime, He will also take it out on you one day in such a way that you will regret everything. That goes for me also. Deal makers are different people, devotees are different people. If you have that kind of involvement, grace will come in cascades, not in drops. Devotion does not mean Devi will do it, Sadhguru will do it. Who told you this rubbish? Is somebody spreading this in the ashram? Sadhguru will take care of you, don't worry, don't worry. You just sleep, Sadhguru will wake up and do your sadhana. With this kind of stuff, this country, which was the very a stellar example of spiritual process at one time, became very fatalistic and against themselves because of this teaching. Don't worry, God will take care of you. Somebody came from Mauritius a few years ago, almost 27 years ago. So, these are Tamil people who went there 3 generations ago. This particular generation has never come to India. Now they're running some industry and they're doing very well to do and all that. Now they decided to come back to Tamil Nadu to experience their roots. Still they speak their own kind of Tamil. And they came and landed in Chennai. And from there they went to a few temples and they're driving back to Coimbatore from Chennai. So they came here and naturally we were interested. What is your impression? Because after 3 generations you're coming back, your forefathers' land, what does it feel like? One thing they said was, it looks like in India God is working overtime. Why, what happened? They say, we're driving, children come and want to fall under the wheels of the car, but somehow they escape. Somebody else just walks in, wants to kill himself, but somehow he lives. When we look at this, God must be really working overtime in this place. If you make God work overtime, He will also take it out on you one day in such a way that you will regret everything. That goes for me also. So, devotion means an absolute involvement. Not that, Sadhguru, I am your devotee, will you do everything for me? Why the hell will I do? Devotion means absolute involvement from your side. Where there is no involvement, you will do something socially correct. Some of you don't even do that, but most people do something that they think is their courtesy or their duty to do something, just about that. But only when you have a very deep sense of love or devotion towards something, you will do everything that you can do. I'm saying, in every moment of your life, if you're not doing everything that you can do, what are you saving yourself for? You want to work from your grave? No? No, people these days working from their home, so I'm asking you, you want to work from your grave? Every moment of your life, is it not important? Everything that you can do, you're doing. So this profound involvement is called devotion. Devotion is not a deal. Sadhguru, I've been so devoted to you, you didn't do anything to me, I was not supposed to do anything to you. Deal makers are different people, devotees are different people. Nothing need to happen to me, I will throw myself into this. This is devotion. Just this freedom from expectation, what should come to me? What will I get? If you just become free from that, your life is a blessed life, just know this. If you just become free from this one thing, what will I get? Your life is a very blessed life. This is what we are trying to demonstrate in Isha, that thousands of people simply working like fanatics, from outside they look like that, but they're at ease, they close their eyes. Okay, world doesn't exist. Yes, and only miracle they have achieved in their life is, what will I get has gone out of their mind. This is all you have to do. Devotion means just this, you are liberated from the pain of expectation. What should happen, what should happen? Whatever happens, I'm fine only. Which is better? What you want happened, is that better? Whatever happens, you're fine, is that better? That's all. But once you're like this, once you're not a vested interest of any kind, you will do your best, and that's all a human being can do. And once you're not concerned what will you get, you become available to grace. But you don't calculate, Sadhguru, for 3 minutes I did not think what will I get, how much grace will I get? Actually, for 3 minutes, I did not even think what will I get. I just did the work. How much grace will I get? You belong to the marketplace, you don't belong to this life. In this life, there is nothing to get. Whichever way, whether somebody gives you a decent burial or they just throw you, anyway you will become part of the earth. Hello? What's the problem? Somebody gave us a grand funeral, okay? Somebody just threw our body out there, what's the big deal? I'm asking. Whichever way, anyway you're part of this. If you show that involvement, that you are a part of everything that's here, you will become available to grace. If you think you're an island by yourself and you come from somewhere, you think you're going to pile something upon your head and go somewhere, you will waste your life. Well, things will arrange themselves around you. If you're doing something significant in your life, things will arrange themselves around you, some amount of comfort and this will come. But what is it that you're seeking? Are you seeking fulfillment or comfort? This you must decide. If you're seeking fulfillment of life, then it needs involvement. Devotion means just unquestioned, unbridled involvement. That's all devotion is, absolute involvement, not holding back anything. If you have that kind of involvement, grace will come in cascades, not in drops. Once you are graced like that, your life will be fulfilled. In which way, how, you don't have to calculate. If you have a body, mind and energy which is not an impediment and you're available to grace, you don't have to bother what will happen with this life. Whatever happens, the most wonderful thing will happen, that's about it.
Sadhguru, this morning, those accused in the recent Hyderabad rape and murder case were shot dead by the police in an encounter. As a woman, I am quite disturbed with this series of events. But at the same time, I feel justice is served. Sadhguru, do you also feel that they got what they deserved?
Well, what happened to that young woman? Unfortunately, it's not an isolated case. And this is not just happening in this country, it's happening all over the world. Just on the basis of gender, that a human being is brutalized in this way is happening everywhere. It was at a much lower scale in this country simply because till this generation, largely women were protected, they were indoors, in their homes. There was not much room for these things. It happened with people that they know. This kind of brutalization was not there because normally women were in protected spaces. This is the first generation stepping out and now this is on the rise. One terrible event after another, one more brutal than the other is happening. Well, if you were a close friend or a family of this young woman, definitely you would want to do this. Just let me tell you how it is. So I'm talking about a few years ago, 2-3 years ago, I was in California and something similar happened in California. And we were discussing this and different people saying different things because I was with a group of people who are against capital punishment. They don't believe in capital. I also don't want to hang anybody. But at the same time, when certain things happen, not just as crime, somebody has taken absolute pleasure in tormenting, demoralizing and making a human being absolutely wretched. They just didn't do it, they took enormous pleasure in doing it. So this discussion was going on and this particular person who is an activist against capital punishment, it got very heated. Then I asked, see, suppose, because he had a 14, 15-year-old daughter and the case that we were discussing was somewhere near that kind of age group. I said, suppose something like this happened to your daughter, would you still say what you're saying so vehemently? What would you do? Then he sat back. Then he said, I would gouge this guy's eyeballs out with my own hands, I would cut his genitals, I would do this, that, everything, and I would want him to die, taking 3 days at least to die. I said, see, So that kind of emotion is there in people. Now the killing by the police, if you go this way, you will not have a civilized nation left. If the police and the judiciary start acting upon families' emotion or people's emotions, then there will be no rule of law at all. In the process of building a civilized nation or a society, rule of law is not always justice. Rule of law is not justice. Rule of law prevents a whole lot of things that could happen. Well, right now you must understand this, the rule of law is like this. Suppose you have an automobile, you have a motorcycle, and this guy comes and rides it away, and he hides it in his house. So you gather a group of 5 people, go there, thrash him and take your motorcycle and come back. Now you will go to jail. It's the rule of law. Because you're supposed to go and complain to the police. So this looks totally unjust, but if we give up the rule of law, then jungle will come into the town, okay? So whether the police shoot or the crowd lynched him, what is the big difference? Actually, crowd is standing in front of the police station and demanding, hand those guys over to us, we will take care of them. They would have lynched them. Well, in the parliament, people are saying, let's lynch them. Parliament. Well, this is the emotion when you see the wretched thing that they have done. No question about it, not that we have any sympathies for them. But if you give up the rule of law and start doing these things, how do you know? How do you know? This is the most unpopular thing to say, you will get me into trouble, but let me say it. How do you know? Suppose I am the police person and today there's a huge pressure in the town that this has happened. What do? The first 4 guys who are sitting here pick them up and say, these are the guys. And if I wait for 2 days, these guys are going to speak, so best thing is shoot them. Or hang them in the prison and say they committed suicide. That's it, case closed, my job is done, I get a medal. I'm saying there are many loopholes to these kind of things. So once you go into that region, then there is no control. Right now, the nation's emotion is such that the right thing has been done to these 4 people. Well, I don't want to go into the details of it could be anything, but at the same time, in the cover of darkness, if these 4 people had escaped, then what would the nation say? Then every one of us would be saying, these police are so incompetent, they are no good for anything, they are probably cahoots with them, maybe the policeman also raped that girl, all kinds of things would come out. Journalism would go loose on everything. So there are many aspects to it, it's a terribly sensitive matter. But should we move toward going for quick justice? If a crime happens, tomorrow morning shoot them or hang them. Well, if you bring back the kangaroo courts, then you will be taking a backward step in our efforts to civilize this world. Don't think the world is civilized, okay? You have to constantly, in every generation, move them towards civilization, constantly. Otherwise, they will go backwards with these emotions. When something that's precious to me has been lost, then I will say, let's break the law and do this, because it hurts me so much. So, it's a very unfortunate scene. It is not for you or me to take sides, which is right, which is wrong. This is the unfortunate reality, but I would say largely this is a consequence of inordinately slow judicial process. That everybody knows if you go to the court, it is going to take 10 years. If my daughter is raped, do I want to wait for 10 years? Definitely not. Right now, the other parents of the another brutal rape and murder of Nirbhaya in Delhi, those parents are saying, this is a good thing that happened. I want the same thing to happen to the perpetrators who did the same thing to my daughter. Why? After 7 years, they're still not hung. Sentence has been given, but appeal after appeal, they will go to a higher court and a higher court. His whole life he will spend in the prison and we are paying taxes for him. Yes, we are. When somebody as level-headed, when someone who is as balanced and level-headed as Anand Mahindra says, I will volunteer to be a hangman, because they're saying there's no hangman. Because everybody said no capital punishment, so hangmen have been fired, no hangman. So even if you give a sentence, nobody to pull the rope. When somebody like Anand Mahindra, who is a very level-headed and astute businessman, when he says, I will volunteer, you must understand that justice is too bloody slow, too slow, inhumanly slow. If we don't do something about this will become the norm. It's picked up momentum. Country's emotion is with the police, which is not a good thing. Long term, this is not a good thing for the country.
Yes, and why I was asking you something like this was sort of like I am also still acting or working in bits and pieces. And yes, I do find that while I'm a role model for many women who look up to me and say, you know, I'd like to be a little like her, where she works as well, she has her home and everything seems to be so wonderful, there are days when I'm overwhelmed because I feel there's so many things to juggle and I'm trying to do it all.
I'm not
And every
against
day-
you being overwhelmed every day, because if life doesn't overwhelm you, what the hell are you doing here?
So it's okay to be…
Every moment of life should overwhelm you.
Oh
That's how I live. For me, if I just look at a tree, it overwhelms me. If you look at a man or a woman or a child, it overwhelms me. Just about anything overwhelms me. If life does not overwhelm you, what are you doing here? Are you here dodging life? If you look at any aspect of life, if you touch anything, genuinely touch anything, you will always be overwhelmed. Life is about being overwhelmed, not about avoiding being overwhelmed and becoming constipated.
Okay, so I'm glad I'm on the right path then. That gives me a happier feeling about this.
No, I'm not saying being overwhelmed means being tense. I'm saying being overwhelmed.
I know, I was just taking it the
Yes.
other… Yes, you mean
I'm not
by
calling…
the depth and beauty of
Yes,
everything
not
that is
by
around
stress.
you. Not by stress. Okay, I'll try to look for the depth and beauty in everything that happens around
Yes,
me.
there are some things we can do and some things we cannot do, so what about it? There are some things we can successfully fulfill, there are some things we cannot, so what about it? Because you're always concerned, somebody is watching, if they see you making a fool of yourself, you will fall down. I have no issue. Right now, any place I go, with microphone on, I'll sing. I don't know a damn thing about music. I'm just shameless, so I sing. What's the problem? If you don't like it, it's up to you. I sing because I like it.
I wish we could all be like this.
I don't make it very long, I make it brief, that's all. We're celebrating the killing of a man. Because he requested my death anniversary should be celebrated. Naraka came from a good background. They say he is the son of Vishnu. But this happened when Vishnu had taken the form of a wild boar or a pig. So he had certain tendencies. More than that, he made certain friendship. He became friends with Mura, who later on became his general, and they fought battles and battles, killing thousands of people. Then first Krishna killed Mura, because with two of them together, there was no way to deal with Naraka. That's the reason why Krishna has this name Murari, because he slew Mura, who… in this legend it says that he had magical powers in battle and nobody could stand against him. And once Mura was taken off, Naraka was more of a ceremony. So, this happens to a lot of people. At the moment of death, they realize their limitations. If they realize now, life could be improved. But most people wait till the last moment. Naraka is one of them. He did his life completely wrong, and he realized that at the end of his life and said, "Today that you are killing not me, but all the wrongs that I did, this must be celebrated." So you should not celebrate the killing of Naraka's wrongs, you must celebrate the killing of all the wrongs within you. That's when a real Deepavali happens. This is the entire thing. All of us are made of the same stuff, but see how differently each one has become. So when Krishna killed Naraka, this is the thing. It is the contrast which made him realize, both of us are same, but see what I have done of myself and what you have done to yourself. So, this legend about Naraka being of good worth but going bad is significant. What it is trying to tell you is, even if you're born to your pig, it's still a very good birth. It all depends what you make out of yourself. Krishna made himself godlike, he made himself into a demon. Either you wait for life to whip you, or you whip yourself into shape. It's the choice. So Naraka chose that Krishna comes and whips him up. Krishna chose that he whip himself into shape. That's a big difference. One gets worshipped as a god, another gets put down as a demon. This is all it is. So, tomorrow is a reminder. Let's light it up.
If you made it this far, it's because something spoke to you on some level. Let us know where you're watching from, subscribe to the channel, check out the links in the description for more reflections. Because honestly, very few people make it to the end. Thanks, big hug, and see you in the next video.